Hi, welcome back to Small Talk Queens. I'm Megan.
I'm Kelly.
Episode 119.
Woo!
If you're new and you don't like swears, then tune out now. And we're not for children. And we do have a new subscriber, brain fart, in the last 2 weeks. I think, actually, I just didn't see it last week until later. So Caroline, or Carolyn, I'm not sure how you pronounce it exactly, from Ireland. So welcome. And we love the Irish, and I love the Irish humor. Speaking of Irish humor,
The brogue. I like a brogue.
because we've been talking about Father Brown, we've been watching, which I could not tell you enough how fucking much I love this show.
On the BritBox.
And the BritBox. It is worth every penny that we pay a month for that subscription. I want to say it's like $12.99 plus tax. So we were watching it the other night, and there was a mystery involving a girl making some money at a local strip club in the 1950s. Very scandalous. And Mrs. McCarthy, she's the church secretary, but she is from Ireland. And she was saying to this girl how disgraceful it was showing her bits for, wait a minute, showing your bits to lecherous drunkards.
Showing your bits.
I love the quote so much I had to write it down.
I like the term bits.
Bits, right? Showing your bits. Like, I have like blocks. I don't have bits.
Your hoo-ha.
Wow. There it is. Anyway, happy Easter for those of you that celebrate. We
Happy
have
Passover for those that celebrate that.
too, and we have Gertrude and Gladys are in their
Are you
Easter
like
attire.
trying to wait? It's
If
like,
you can see them, here we go. And look at these fun little things from George. Look at these. Aren't these fucking cute?
oh, those are
They're
cute.
like little, right? I love them. Here we go.
Oh, you got
Look,
three.
I got this striped. What is that? What's it called?
Houndstooth.
Houndstooth and plain. It's a little hard on my neck. I'm gonna turn back. Turn back. Sharp turn to the neck. I can't quite. It's doing better. My neck is doing better. I was chatting with a friend yesterday, and her soon-to-be daughter-in-law went to the hospital. The fuck is that?
A helicopter or a plane?
I mean, is it landing on the street? Wow. Anyway, where was I going? Okay, so her son had called, and they were going to the hospital. He thought his fiance was having a stroke. She thought she was having a stroke. I guess she was like kind of ill to her stomach, and her head hurt so bad she couldn't see. It's a really low plane. Really low.
I think somebody's testing some military. We live near Dover.
That definitely could. Dover
Air Force
I mean,
Base.
kind of.
But if they do testing, they come up here.
Anyway, where was I? Right. So here, it was a migraine, right? The girl had a migraine. She had slept wrong at the hotel she was at, and her neck was all fucked up.
Ooh.
And then it was worse and worse, and then she got like a migraine. And PT Joe has asked me, like, are you getting headaches from it? And when I say no, he goes, okay, good. So I guess when you get the headache, like I've gotten some headaches, like it goes up the back of my neck, but not like blinding. And usually by then, like I seek help. So
Yeah.
this week it's the first time in weeks I didn't have to go. I mean,
that's
while I was
good.
away, I didn't go. But
So she didn't
anyway.
know that she was...
But she never had a migraine before,
Got
so
it.
she had no idea, like.
Got it.
Yeah. Anyway, we have our spring clothes, not like a new spring tank, which I put on this morning and realized it was a little cold because it's been 80 for the last several days.
Yesterday.
And then it's like 52. And I was like, well, I can't just like wear it like a tank. Like, what am I going to do? And I forgot I had this cardigan. Perfectly matched.
Matches.
Almost perfectly matched.
Robin
blues,
eggs blue?
Right? And it has, look, green and
We
pink.
see.
You can't see. Anyway. And I like the upside down V because it's slimming. I think either direction V is anyway.
Speaking of eggs and Easter eggs, did you eat any of those eggs yet?
Since you gave them to me yesterday?
Yeah.
No. I already hard-boiled eggs the day before that.
Oh, okay.
So we've talked before about the pest control company. And I think I might have said last week we had a new one coming.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Right? Because when I called to cancel, part of my problem was their customer service. And every time I called, I got India. And then there was a bit of a breakdown. And so when I called to cancel, then I got America. And I was confused because apparently maybe there were enough complaints that they changed their customer service back to the States. Anyway, so I get a text last week. I get it all set up. The guy's super nice. I do not have the best of luck with customer service. I don't.
Oh, no.
I really don't. So then he texted me. Right, I signed the papers online and submitted it, whatever. Gave my credit card information, blah, blah, blah. And then I got a text. How about noon? Well, at first I was asked while I was on the phone, what's the best time for you? I said mid to late morning or early afternoon. Okay, great. So then he texted me after I did the sign up online or whatever, and they said, thanks so much, whatever, we're happy to serve you. How's Monday at noon? We can be out there. Monday at noon's perfect. It's a good thing I didn't have a fun day Sunday on Sunday. So when I woke up Sunday morning after having slept for 11 and a half hours because I did not get enough sleep on Saturday night, after I decided that Joe and I were up until 3 a.m.
Wow.
We had some friends over and then just kept the party going.
Yeah, it sounds that way.
I have no business being up till 3 a.m. ever. And this is twice in a matter of weeks that we've been up till 3 a.m. because we closed the bar while we were
I don't want to hear it.
in Cambridge. Anyway.
Don't want to hear it.
So Sunday I was supposed to do my taxes. Sunday I spent the day in my pajamas, and then we went to bed at like 9 o'clock. So so Monday morning I woke up and I was fully prepared to go back to sleep. And I thought, let me see what time it is, right? And I couldn't see the time on the clock. So I grabbed my phone, which showed me that I had a text message that popped up. Hi, it's so-and-so from, the pest control. I'm going to be there 8:45. It was 8:15. The fuck? Shot from a fucking cannon. Out of bed I jump. Yell down to Joe. When that guy got here, I put a bra on and put my,
just
whatever I had on. I didn't even bother to fix the bun. The bun was like lopsided from sleeping. I didn't even fucking care. I was a mess.
I'm sure he's seen worse.
And he got here. I'm like, he was talking to Joe like in the doorway, and then Joe had him come in, and he's like, "Oh, hi!" Like somebody sitting there. I sat there with my coffee, like half awake. I'm like, I apologize. I just got and I called the company as soon as I came downstairs to say, I just want to clarify. I got a text message, saying or whatever, like a voicemail. I don't know, whatever it was, saying that the guy's going to be here, in like 15, 20 minutes. By the time I made it downstairs, minutes had passed. It was no longer a half hour. And she goes, yeah, that's right. I said, well, okay, well, then why did I get a text message last week from so-and-so telling me it was scheduled for noon on Monday? Oh, yeah, he's kind of new, blah, blah, blah. He should have told you there was a 2-hour window. Okay, bitch, my math isn't that fucking good, but let's talk about this. That's what I wanted to say. What I did say, I stopped myself from going that far.
Wow.
What I did say was, okay, well, even if there's a 2-hour window, then that would be from 10 to noon. We are way outside of the 2-hour window.
Right.
And I was like, what if I had slept in? Like, what if we weren't here? Like, I said, I just want you to know, and she apologized, offered me nothing. She said, well, do you want me to cancel? Do you want me to call and cancel? I'm like, he's going to be here in 15 minutes. Really? He's en route. Like, you're not going to fucking cancel.
And maybe he lived nearby to start his morning. It was easiest.
They get their list of whatever, and then they do it like by order it by location or whatever, which I appreciate. Hey, it's not his fault. So then, I was like, just to be clear, I said, we just signed up with you last week when I canceled the other company because of scheduling issues, just like this. Ooh. Just like this. And I said, I don't mean to be an ass. And she's like, no. I said, also, I have not had my coffee yet. I said, but this is like,
poor lady probably didn't have her coffee
but
yet
I was
either.
like, this is the problem. Like, this is not okay with us, like at all. Again, like noon and 8:45 are very different times.
Right.
So
now
we'll
there's a 2-hour window.
And now I know there's a 2-hour window, which I also don't appreciate because I would have been nice to have known that before I signed up.
Right. Surprise.
So we'll see. And then I have to call them back. I wanted to give it a few days in case the same girl answered. Because it was a $300 intake, right? Which I was like, what's that for? But I thought maybe they take the bait stations that are here and they supply you with new ones. When I was on the phone, like the guy asked me like what all I wanted. I said, well, I don't really know where exactly the mice come in. I assumed they would go around and like find points of entry.
Yeah, that's what they're
do
supposed
something.
to do.
He was here for the exact same amount of time that the guy from Viking was here. He did the exact same thing, which was spray for spiders on the porch and around the porch and outside, and refilled the bait stations that we already have.
So being a new customer costs $300.
So I'm not sure why. So I have to call about that because
there's not
I
they
don't
had any
understand.
additional work to do.
No, he was here for 20 minutes and was gone. Not even 20 minutes. He was in and out of the basement.
They shouldn't call it an intake fee. They should just call it. Well, I guess if you call it a new customer
if it were
fee.
a full intake, I would have appreciated that because that's what I thought it was, like finding points of entry, checking for that kind of thing. He's like, so I'm going to spray and fill the bait stations. Maybe I could do it myself.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't know because he knew that this was your first time with
them.
he
knew. He was reading the chart.
Oh.
I know. He was very nice, and I will say, let me end it on a positive. He did not dump the mouse poo from the bait stations in the basement onto the floor.
Where did he dump them?
I don't know, but it's not on the floor. So, okay. So I have a garbage can. I moved
Maybe
the
he
garbage
didn't
can
dump
right
them.
under it. I don't care where it is, as long as it's not on my floor. And Joe, he has like a big backpack and everything. So maybe he has like a little container he puts it in and like disposes of it outside, which would also be healthy. So like in the garbage.
I wouldn't want to carry
Bag
that on my
down.
back. I mean, that's not healthy for
I mean,
him.
look. Anyway, I can't. So that was Monday. And then Tuesday morning, so I started back with my trainer this week, right? Very excited. Set the alarm for Tuesday morning. And then got a text, like it's for 7 o'clock, right? So I can get up and have my coffee and do all my things, before I leave the house. And he had messed up his schedule and could I do Wednesday? Sure. So then I had Tuesday morning free. So yeah, fresh cut and color. How's it look?
Good. Did you do it?
I did.
Oh, boy.
I did. Well, because I was like, it's 7 a.m. I was going to schedule an appointment. I was talking over the weekend about scheduling an appointment, but I have 2 boxes of hair dye. I thought, well, let me just whatever. And so I did a little. I trimmed it. I took about 1.5 inches off.
Did you buy it in bulk?
I did. I bought a 3-pack on Amazon. Did a little trim. Look, no gray. Isn't that nice? It's not quite the color I like. I'm not sure about the color.
Well, it's the same color as your normal hair.
Well, it was this color that it was before. So then also I made Joe look at it, make sure I didn't have like a line across the back because so I wanted to do lighter because I'm getting like an ombre, because the bottom parts get darker and darker and darker, which isn't bad, and maybe that's why ombre became like an in thing because then people like
when I go to get my hair done, that he doesn't put it the whole way; he just does the roots.
right. So I did that right, and then I let it sit for 10 minutes by itself, even though the directions didn't say that, and then I put it on the rest of it,
Right.
and then.
Did you streak it or color it the whole way?
The whole thing. I kind of pull over here and spray it all, like, squeeze it all over, and then like get it because I don't really know. I mean, how else to do it anyway. I straightened today, so yay,
comb, a
right?
brush.
Not bad. It's,
No.
I think it's even. I forgot to check and see if it was even. Does it look even?
It does look even.
Yeah. Anyway,
Looks even.
saved myself $120 at the salon.
I go next week. I have to go every.
I know.
I have to go
need to do it.
monthly.
I need to do it more often. I do it once a quarter,
I
but
have to go monthly now. I'm not excited about it. But I can't go any longer. Sometimes I do, and you'll be able to see it. I have a couple things.
we're going to talk about Artemis. We're going to talk about Artemis.
Oh.
Wait, so did you know? I didn't know until yesterday morning that anybody was going to the moon. And then as I was watching it, Joe's like, they're not going to the moon, they're going around the moon.
Yeah, they're doing a slingshot.
What the fuck for? Why are they going around the moon? What are they doing? So no one's walking on the moon. No one's going to the moon. What are they going for?
I don't know. Funsies? I don't know, but they're doing a slingshot. I didn't pay that much
God.
attention to what the actual route was. I just kept hearing slingshot, and it made me think of Ricky Bobby in Talladega Nights when he and his partner do a slingshot kind of move with the airflow or whatever
I
at the
don't
cars
remember.
in the
I'm
race.
sorry, I do not remember from Ricky Bobby. Although I do enjoy that movie.
Love Talladega Nights.
I had no idea that there was any kind of mission until yesterday morning. And then there was like a big thing about it. So then I set my alarm.
They interrupted the TV show and had the countdown and shit.
Well, I set my alarm. So it goes off last night at like 6:15. And here I am. I'm like, why is my alarm going off? I'm like, fuck, why did I set my alarm? I'm like, wait, I set it for something. Why did I set it? And Joe's like, your alarm's going off. I'm like, I know, but why? Like, what's, I'm like, oh, right. What the fucking launch? So then I put it on. And then I was having flashbacks from 4th grade. From the fucking,
Yeah, I was in 9th or 10th grade when that happened. We're not going to talk
I was in 4th grade. You were not in 9th grade.
When that blew up.
How is that possible?
Absolutely. Yeah, I was in the.
Okay, maybe.
I had
right,
Mr.
yeah, maybe.
Worst
Anyway, okay,
for
sorry.
Earth-Space
I was trying to do
Science.
that math. That sounded
It
like
happened during Earth-Space Science.
Ours was
Appropriately
4th grade.
timed.
with Ms. Lynch, now Ms. Rawlings Davies. Yes.
People
sitting
are
there.
amazed. I've gotten a lot of DMs. People
I
are
remember your teachers.
amazed that we remember our
But
teachers.
how do you not remember your teachers?
I know. I love my
Mrs.
teachers.
Rommel, Mrs. Eddy, Miss Jameson. I'd like to forget.
I loved every single one of my teachers.
Mrs. Schweitzer, which then was Miss Ishler. Ms. Lynch, who's now Ms. Rawlings Davies.
You just said that.
Um,
I can tell you where I
Mr.
sat.
McCaleb's, Mrs. Long.
I can tell you where I sat for
Those
all
are my
of them.
elementary teachers. And I can picture it in my mind.
It's easier in high school to tell you where I sat because in elementary school they put the desks together and made like clusters or tables. They called them tables, and those got moved all the time.
Yeah. But anyway, okay. So I was watching it, and I was getting this isn't going to end well. It makes me very nervous. This is going to I hope they have like a lapse, like a time lapse in case like a blow up. I don't want to watch
7-second delay. They are supposed to have a 7
delay.
second
That's
delay.
what I hope there's a delay. And so Joe's like in the other room, like listening to me like spout this shit off because I'm like, I hope there's a delay. Like, oh my, this makes me very nervous. I was like, oh my, so totally having flashbacks from 4th grade.
This is why you're not
and
an
getting
astronaut.
you're like squeezed in there, all of it. It just, all of it. And then like there was launched, and like all like the fucking like, I'm like, how could you even stand to be in there confined with like a fucking like jet stream of fucking flames coming out? Like I was, oh my God. But then I saw today, I mean, it made it all right. I guess, for the hope it gets back. I saw yesterday that
It's 10 days. I think their trip is 10 days.
there was a flight from Costa Rica, I think, coming into the U.S. or a flight involving Costa Rica. I don't know.
Took a picture of it.
Right? It was really cool. And then whoever was, I had it on CNN, I think, because I was like, what? Like, where is this? Like the ABC, NBC, CBS did not have it. I didn't see it on there.
ABC had it. They interrupted.
Well, they interrupted, but while I was looking for it, so I finally ended up, CNN was covering it, so I stopped. First channel I got to, stopped there. And then, like, the camera, then it was, like, showing, it was, like, up in the flame. I'm like, okay, wait, camera guy, like, let's work on this. And then it was, like, just sky. I'm like, what? I'm going to need a new cameraman. Like,
so a couple of interesting things about that. So Artemis took off yesterday, and I was listening to some of the
Was it Artemis 2?
Artemis, yes, some of the
What happened to Artemis 1?
I don't know. I don't know. Some of the conversation from the news people as they were waiting. So the crew has been quarantined for 2 weeks. They haven't been allowed to be around.
Why?
Because they don't want you getting something and taking it into space, and then you're in this close encounter. Like,
you have norovirus while you're stuck in the middle of a fucking
and we'll get to a norovirus in the bathroom up there. So hang on. So so they were talking. So there is a what's the word I'm looking for? Not a hobby. It is a tradition where they play poker.
Not a
and
hobby.
you keep playing poker until whoever the big guy is, the commander in charge.
I have no idea.
I think he wins.
I
don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But yeah, there are four. Whoever's in charge of the whole mission, you play poker until he loses. I guess it's supposed to. I don't know, but it's supposed to bring them good luck, and it's tradition, so they had to do it.
I don't know how to play poker.
So then,
another reason why I can't go to space.
So then that shows them. They finally, the weather conditions have to be just right, and they're still testing the rocket the whole time. So then they get into the rocket finally, and they start doing like a countdown, but it's not like 10 to 0 second countdown or whatever. It's like they do all these things. You could hear them if you're watching it, like home base or whatever, talking to the astronauts, going check. So, but there is a 10-minute window
Where they can shut down.
Where they can shut it down. Not for like personnel reasons. Like they ask everybody in there if they're okay. It has nothing to do with the equipment at this point. Well, I think maybe a piece of it might, but it's something wrong. So there's a 10-minute window for them within that 10-minute window to decide.
Right. And I was hearing something about
like what happens if you got to take the shits?
Well, I mean, there's some kind of toilet system on there.
I know, but you can't use it while you're going up.
Well, they were talking, and I missed the beginning because there was a lot of talk. There was like background talking from like the NASA people, and then there was like the people on the news. So there's a lot of like, in my hearing isn't that fucking
Houston,
anyway.
we have a problem,
right? But so something about like the bridge that comes out. You saw them open it back up. If there's a problem, they have like a short amount of window, very short window to like they get it down, quickly evacuate and get off, and then like. And I want to think about because I was really spazzing out a little bit while I was watching it.
The rocket is actually taller than the Statue of Liberty, like not with all the jets and things behind it. Well, I guess like the actual rocket part where they're like living and whatever is like this. It's bigger than the Statue of Liberty. So, and I thought I heard them say it's over 310 feet tall.
I don't know. So here I am watching it, and like Joe came out, was watching it with me. I'm like. That separates, right? He's like, yeah, all that shit just falls into the water. I'm like, I'm like, they go and get it? He's like, no, I don't think so. They just leave it in the water. And then here I am, like, with all that fucking jet fuel, and it's just totally fucking horrible for the water, and all this shit living in the water. And I totally went off about how, like, it's so, like not eco-friendly, and, like, you're going to go to the moon, we're going to ruin the fucking water.
Didn't they burn all the fuel going up?
I don't know if there's going to be residue.
I mean, residue.
Not to... Residue. Wait.
There's good. I know, I get it, but it's not like they're dropping like thousands of pounds.
But that just sits in the fucking water. No, I mean, how many times? Sorry, how many times is that going to like land in the water? We have like a mountain of fucking shit in the water.
And now the other thing is that they wore their bright orange suits yesterday. I don't know if they're called space suits or what, but the one TV announcer was talking about how this is their like uniform takeoff.
So they can
they're
find
easily
them?
spotted.
If they get blown out of it, or if they get like lost in air,
I don't
or,
know,
like,
and I think it's what they have to put on to return home too. And then they're landing off
to make
of,
sure it's them.
yeah. Well, I guess find them. And they're landing off of the coast of California. I forget where, but that little thing from like the I Dream of Jeannie 1960s show, it looks like it's a capsule. That's what lands in the ocean, and they'll get them out.
So they separate. So what they're in now. So first you had
My
like the rocket,
understanding
and the you had the shit, and then the smaller plane kind of piece,
Yeah,
right?
the rocket.
The shit falls into the water, and they're in the rocket,
Right.
And it continues,
Right.
And then something else separates from that.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
They get into a capsule and come back down.
My understanding
I
is
need
it's
to know
like
how
a
this
capsule
works.
because the people that are at the space station, when they came back a couple years ago, do you remember they landed? They landed in one of those little capsules.
Were these
That's
the people
what-
that were stuck in there for like extra
Well, there
long? They
was
couldn't get
one
them
that was
back?
stuck, a little while, and when they come off, they have to be wheeled, like they can't walk because they haven't been with gravity for a long time.
Hang on, pardon me,
So
pull my tea bag out of here.
Oh Jesus! Speaking of gravity, so this morning on Good Morning America, they were talking about this takeoff, and it was successful, but there was a 50-minute period yesterday where they lost communications.
After they took off?
Yes. But then they got it back. But so there was 50 minutes. Do you know how long that 50 minutes is? If I'm at Houston, I don't know if that's what they're really called, but if I'm at HQ and I'm the one communicating and I don't hear them for
HQ,
50 minutes,
Christ,
I've probably
right?
shat myself a million times.
I mean, it probably happens, but like that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, so for 50 minutes they lost contact. But anyhow, everything was fine. So, but then this morning, so they were talking about that, and they were talking about there was a problem. They were just getting up. Eastern.
Why do they say Houston have a problem? Is it because NASA is in Houston?
I think they're all over. I mean,
Right,
NASA's, not
NASA's
just
in
Houston.
Texas, right? But the Kennedy Space Center's in Florida. They
Right.
launch from Florida.
Yeah, I'm just
But
kidding. I don't
NASA is
know.
in Texas. Those of you watching, thinking you two dumb fucking morons. Look, I mean, this isn't shit that I watch all the time.
I mean, to my knowledge, NASA's like all over. They leave from Cape Canaveral or the Kennedy thing there.
so there's a one in Florida and in Kennedy.
No,
Kennedy, right? In Texas and in Florida.
Not to my knowledge. I don't know why they say Houston. You know, they name missions and things. I don't know. That goes back to
I'm
that.
gonna have to look this up.
That
'Cause I
goes
thought
back
that
to that
NASA
thing.
was in Texas.
It's a famous quote.
Right. I'm gonna have to go watch Apollo now when I'm done.
I don't know why they call it Houston. And now people
Apollo
say
13, whatever it was. Yeah.
So anyhow,
Anyway.
so they're talking about the astronauts living on this thing, and there's a female, the first female Canadian, I think. I mean, we've
That was
had
just the first female going to the moon.
to the moon, but not to space because we've had other ones.
Right, the first female going to the moon. But she's not actually going to the moon. She's circling around it.
So anyhow,
Like, are they looking for life? Like, what are they doing?
she's Canadian. They have a Canadian on there.
Are they looking for the guy from Ohio that disappeared?
I don't know. Can I finish what I'm talking about?
Sorry.
So they're talking this morning about, some little snafus that happened. I guess they discovered this morning. And I guess there was a toilet issue to which the TV commentator said, with all the advancements in technology, you'd think they'd get the toilets figured out up there. But the issue becomes that they were making some joke that there's no gravity.
Or it just floats around?
I don't know what. I mean, obviously it doesn't
It
float
can't.
around, but they were having trouble emptying the waste or something.
And does that just like float around in space then? Do they just let it out?
I don't know what they do. And I'm not going to I'm not going to, make a guess, but I just know that they talked about having to go to the bathroom. Obviously, there's a system for that to keep it down because even the liquids won't, and no gravity, pee goes everywhere, I guess. Urine.
Like the most I know about going to the moon and going to space is like from watching The Big Bang Theory, and Wolowitz went to space.
Yeah. It's a good educational show. You learn some things. They have real scientists that
Right? It sounds like
that help
science. It sounds like factual
so
science.
anyhow, they were having trouble emptying the waste. I don't know if they let it float in the air.
Yeah. These
Whether
are
it's
things I
like
don't know about.
Star Wars, they just let it.
It's
they
on my
dump
list
it.
of shit to Google. Shit to Google.
So that's what they're doing. I don't know. There's a study. They're doing something. Like, it's not just for funsies, obviously, because it's like millions,
Right.
billions of dollars
So
to
how
do
many
this.
days does it take
I think
for them to get to the moon?
I don't know. They did say that, and I didn't pay attention. I was more interested in like.
Is that like light years math? Is that what light years time? Is that what that is, or some shit? Or
No,
like I
not
don't
yet.
know.
Not yet.
I don't know. Like I don't.
They're not light years.
I don't remember
I think
the science
whole,
from high
I think
school
the
or
whole
elementary
trip
school.
is 10 days.
So
This
it's
is
how many
all
days
timed.
to get there, how many days to be there, and how many days to get back.
I don't know. They were circling the moon. We could look it up, but I don't know.
It's like Joe and I talking about going to Hawaii. Well, it's 2 days to get there, a day and a half to get there, and then how many days there, and then 2 days to get back.
I mean, this is like simple time travel. Can you imagine if there were like a time, like you could really do time travel in a time capsule? I would be
can't.
fucked trying
Every
to
time
figure
if
that
there's
out.
time travel, it's my least favorite part about Harry Potter, with that goddamn time necklace thing that she has. I can't even with that. Fuck. Every time every time it comes on, I'm like, I make a noise, and Joe looks at me. He's like, I know. I'm like, oh. He's like, I know. Time travel. I'm like, I can't. My mind does not operate.
I did not learn
In that kind of
time
way.
travel in Project Physics.
Well, it's not a real thing.
I love
So, like,
Project Physics.
I don't even know what that is. I mean, like,
It's the physics class I took.
I just. Why did you take physics? How did you get into physics? How did they let you into that?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't real physics. It was
wasn't real
It
physics.
was real physics. But like my friends that went to
God.
like Ivy Leagues, took the real physics with like the hardcore math.
That was
I
real
took
physics.
I took Project Physics, which there was still a lot of math. Trust me, and we had to memorize those stupid formulas, and every once in a while on like a
That was like my ChemCom class.
on a
Chemistry
huge,
in the
like-
community. It was for the dummies that couldn't understand.
on a huge like quarterly exam. Mr. Hopkins, who I loved, would let us use like a note card. Let me tell you about how small I could write because you could get those formulas in there. And I actually loved Project Physics. I really did enjoy it. Again, unlike English, but like math, obviously there's a right or wrong answer. There's no like in between. You know what I mean? When you're doing
I feel like physics. I don't know. I feel like it's
it's like math. There's a
It's
right or
for real,
wrong because
for-
you're doing
okay.
the math. I mean, but there are physics that there's no at any rate. So, but we played with a slinky. So we talked about sound waves and
I
something
never got my
else. with a
slinky to work down the stairs. It just fell down.
Well, this was also
never did the
stretching
cool
it down the
thing.
hallway, and then we learned where to place your speakers in your house, your stereo speakers for optimal sound based on the properties of physics.
Speaking of sound, hang on here because I have a story for you.
Okay, hang on, I'm not done.
Okay.
So I did enjoy Project Physics. It taught you every day how physics is in your everyday, and we did have to learn those same things, formulas, but it was not hardcore like my friends were doing in the other classes. It wasn't
real
really
science.
It wasn't. It was not physics for dummies, but that's what I equated it to.
I mean, it kind of is. It's like my ChemCom class.
Compared
yeah.
to my friends, it was for college-bound students. Compared to my friends who were going to like Williams and Harvard and Princeton,
What's Williams?
Williams College. Kate went there
Where's that?
in Massachusetts.
Why aren't they all in Massachusetts?
Williams.
I don't know, I've never
And
heard
the
of it.
theater is very popular at Williams College because Christopher Reeve used to do the summer theater there.
I had such a crush on him when I was
Superman.
little. I know.
At
I
any
love
rate,
him.
look up Williams College. The colors are purple.
I've never heard of it. Oh,
purple
I like
and
that
white,
though.
Purple
Oh,
and white.
maybe I do that.
And my friend's on the board now, the board of trustees for the college. But at
Smart
any
people.
rate, yeah. So they were taking the hardcore
We covered
physics.
it. They were smart. You're not. Okay.
Right, but
Doing
I wasn't
physics.
in the stupid remedial projects. I mean, physics.
Okay. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on away from fucking physics now.
But I loved it.
Going back to sound.
But this is why I'm not an astronaut. Can
There's
you
a lot of
imagine?
reasons why you're not an astronaut.
I mean,
There's a lot of fucking reasons why you're not an astronaut. So, okay, yesterday, right, I'm going to the basement. I open the basement. This is after Sean left yesterday. He
Okay.
was helping me do some spring cleaning. I open the basement door, so I go down the basement steps, right, and I hear this noise. It sounded like an animal squealing, is what it sounded like, right? So I stop, because I'm like, there's a fucking animal in the basement.
oh,
So I'm like, I wait. I don't hear anything.
are the lights on?
The lights are on. I'm like halfway down the stairs. So I continue down. I take a brief look around, right? And I'm like, fuck. And I'm trying to figure out, like, when I'm in the basement, I can't figure out where I am in the house. Like I
Some spatial relation problems?
yeah, like I
you
get
don't
down
know whether
there.
you're under the
'Cause
kitchen
I go down
or
this-
under the living
right,
room.
like I'm like, where am I?
Right.
So when I got to the bottom of the stairs, it was coming from, like, there's a window there.
Right.
And so I thought, oh my God, there's a fucking, like, baby animal or some shit trapped in the goddamn window well. So I'm like,
Which
I
happens.
get right. So I get, because mom and dad had a baby skunk get trapped in the window well and die.
Didn't Dad put the covers on
It's
it finally?
so-
Didn't Dad put the window well
smelled
covers
bad
on
in the
it?
house. So that's my fear, right? We got like some fucking skunk gonna die and then the house gonna fucking stink. So like I'm walking around and I'm waiting for it to happen again, and it won't happen again, right? So this morning, I guess it was this morning sometime. I came downstairs and I opened the porch door as I usually do, and assess the temperature out here if I needed to, whatever. And I'm sitting there having coffee, and then we heard it again. And Joe heard it, and he was like, oh my God, like, what is that? I'm like, so you heard that? Like, it's not just me, right? So we hear it like a couple of times. So then I come out here, right? I'm like, there's gonna be a fucking animal on the porch. Like, I know it.
A raccoon.
At first I was like, I mean, like, maybe there's a baby rabbit in distress and it's squealing, but how would it be like that loud? So I said to Joe, we're sitting there, I said, where's the window well in the basement? It's over here, like where the rabbits got taken from the fox last year. So immediately, so I come out here, I do a quick look around, make sure nothing's gonna get me, and I pull the curtains back and like look into there to make sure there's nothing like.
Are there rabbits over there?
There's no rabbits.
Okay, good.
So right, so I was like, oh, good, right. So then I'm like kind of just walking around, and I keep hearing it, but it feels like the sound is moving, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So, and then I'm like out the window, like I'm looking out the windows to like look like down as much as I can, because like, look, it's crowded out here. We got like a nice sectional sofa over here, whatever. So I'm like trying to like look out all the windows to see if there's something like in the mulch, like in distress or a nest of some kind. And then I'm Googling and listening on YouTube to animal sounds. Because it kind of sounded like a dove, but not.
Oh.
And it was not a chipmunk because it's not high pitched enough. It also wasn't a squirrel because I listened to those noises and I recognized those from when I was sitting out back. Not a squirrel, and not a raccoon. Thank you for the YouTuber that did the animal sounds so I could sit here and fucking listen to them today.
Oh,
right?
my God.
So for half an hour, I was sitting here listening to animal sounds and eliminating what it was. So then Joe took a coffee break, and he came out here and sat with me. We were having coffee, and it happened. So I'm like, I heard it. I'm like, first it was here. I'm like, but then I was over there, and I heard it somewhere else. Also, my hearing isn't like the best, so like whatever. So we're sitting here, and it happened again. Right when the wind blew, he thinks it's the wind coming through there's a downspout over here. So he's like, I think there's something like with the downspout, like a hole in it or something.
Oh, yeah.
And that the wind is catching it.
That's true.
That could be it. So if you hear it, and of course now the wind is blowing, you don't hear anything. But like, I mean, it's a hell of a noise. I mean, I was really freaked out because I was like, there's an animal like in the porch, like trying to get back out.
Oh.
You're right. And I'm like, how did it get in? I'll go looking at like all the windows. And I'm like, oh my God, like there's something living on our porch.
Speaking of squirrels.
Always.
Did you see that there was a squirrel trapped in a popcorn machine at a movie theater?
That's disgusting. How about the
woman?
No,
it was alive. It was alive. It was alive. It was alive.
I assumed so. Oh God, we don't want that
squirrel
popcorn.
Trapped in the popcorn.
You have to just get rid of that popcorn machine because it is full of disease.
Oh, you think?
How about the woman? Remember that in case you didn't see this news article from like a week or two ago, the woman that was dressed like a squirrel that was up in the tree throwing shit at people. I saw you sent it to me, but I had already seen it, and she got arrested for like throwing stuff at people.
Was she trying to disguise? Like, did she think she was a squirrel? Like, squirrels don't throw shit.
I have to go back and revisit the article.
Oh my!
But yeah,
God.
I mean, you saw it. You sent it to me. I'm like, I saw that.
What's wrong with people?
So she's a furry, I guess. I want to see her squirrel costume. Really, that's what I want to see.
You know who had?
I want to know about the squirrel costume.
You know who had a great squirrel costume? Sean, he was a squirrel one year.
Oh, that's right.
After the squirrel / chipmunk was in your house, Mom made him a squirrel costume.
He's a really fucked up sense of humor. I don't know where he gets it.
Which was a really great costume. It had the big bushy gray tail, and he has a separate piece for the head.
I remember that because
we saved that.
He came over here. I just heard the noise.
No, you didn't.
I was talking over it. We have that's when we used to do the fire pit out front. We used to like participate in trick or treating, and he almost caught the tail on fire. I'm like, okay, we gotta stay away from the fire pit, like back away from the fire pit.
Speaking of squirrels, there was
more squirrels.
A lot has happened in Florida. A lot with animals.
Florida news is wild to me.
I know, and I don't understand why. So there was a Florida man who was arrested for using a frozen squirrel as a weapon during an argument in the Waffle House. I have a lot of questions.
I have never been to a Waffle House.
I don't know.
I've heard they're shit. They're everywhere, though.
They are everywhere.
So, like,
and we had one in State College called the Waffle House, but it was not the same.
It's called the Waffle Shop.
Waffle Shop. Okay.
It's privately owned. Yeah. It has no connection to the Waffle House.
But I want to know, I understand you're going to the Waffle House in the morning, have your little breakfast or coffee or lunch or whatever.
Why do you have the frozen
squirrel? Why do you have a frozen squirrel with you?
Did you read the article to find any information?
No. Where does that frozen squirrel come from? But it was on like legit news.
But if you're gonna, then you need to get more information. When you're going to come to the table with an article like that, I need more information.
Okay. Well, I'll look it up in a minute. So, but he was arrested for using the frozen squirrel as a weapon. I wonder if that hurts. Like, is there enough weight to it?
Well, frozen animal. I mean, have you never dropped a piece of like meat out of the freezer frozen on your toe?
That hurts.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, my toe turns black. Remember? No, wait, I'm not done. So then in California, but this isn't
was it? Okay.
this isn't so much of a what in the fuck. This is California wildlife workers in San Diego dressed up as bears to tend to these
the
two
cubs.
orphan bear cubs.
I saw that.
Why do you have to dress as a bear? I don't think these
I
baby
think
bears
so that
know.
they don't want them to become attached to humans. Probably they want them to.
No. Anytime a baby bear's been orphaned, they end up going to like a wildlife retreat or rescue center or something because they don't have the skills. They didn't learn them from mama to be out in the wild.
I watched a video yesterday of a baby panda that was separated from its mom. Did you see this?
No, I thought you were something
Shortly
else.
after, do you like my new ring, by the way?
I do.
This isn't the one I'm saying. A baby panda that was separated from its mother to get medical care, and then they gave it back to the mom in the little reunion. Black squirrel, black squirrel.
Squirrel.
I can't. Oh my God! Look out the window, in the neighbor's yard. Look at that fucker.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it horrifying? I mean, it looks like a skunk.
It does look like a skunk a little bit.
I can't with these things.
Its tail is really windy.
Right?
Okay,
Oh,
enough.
God. Anyway.
Sorry, squirrel. Like literally and
Oh,
figuratively.
pandas. I mean, it was the cutest thing. You know, because the news sucks, and so
Did you
I'm
know,
watching panda
I
bears.
did not know this because pandas are so like roly-poly cute, and you see them at like the National Zoo where they have the webcam, like playing in the snow and stuff. They're solitary animals.
Well, I saw a video of them
They
being
like to-
easily spooked.
They
get
like to be by
scared really
themselves.
easily.
They are solitary animals.
So now I know if maybe in a past life I was a panda bear.
wait a minute. What the fuck did you
And I had
just
to be by
say?
myself.
What did you just
In my past
say?
life, I was probably a panda bear. I like to be around people for a minute, and then I like to be alone.
I don't think
I
you're
like
a
my
panda bear.
solitary. I was fuzzy and furry, and
I don't think you're a panda
I
bear.
startle easily.
I don't think you're a panda
Startle.
bear. I can't even believe you just said that. No, wait, I have something else. Florida news, more Florida news. A Florida man and woman were arrested after a pickleball brawl involving an alligator and a golf cart chase in the retirement community. So this man and woman were involved in a brawl over pickleball, and it involved an alligator and a fast chase.
How so? What did the alligator have to do with it?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, while you're looking that up, did you hear about Mount Everest?
Oh no, what?
This is just another reason why you should not fucking hike, right? So it's a huge scam. This was this morning on like CNN.
Wait, where's Everest? Oh, like in
Overseas.
Nepal.
Yeah. Where the Dalai Lama is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nepal. Yes. Okay. So there's this huge scam that's been going on, like millions of dollars, where they were feeding the tour guides that take them, like the hiking guides.
Sherpas.
Were feeding the hikers food with baking soda in it because it gives you gastronomical upsetment. So they would start hiking. I don't know the science behind that. Like if it was because of the, how high they were going, whatever. But so they had to be medevaced out. So they were they were purposefully. I think they used the word poisoning them, but I don't really know that baking soda necessarily is poison. But either way,
it probably could be.
So they had to be medevaced out. So it was a huge scam between like the doctors, the helicopters, the people who in the helicopters, the hospitals, and the fucking.
Why? Just to make
for
money?
money?
Or
to make money. To make money. Yeah.
Well, you don't need to be hiking Mount Everest,
Right?
anytime soon. So I did look up the pickleball couple.
Oh, you look at a black guy.
Okay.
They look fucking rough.
Here, let me tell
wow,
you.
he's
let me
all
show
ripped
you.
to shit.
That's the couple that were fighting.
Did he get attacked by the alligator?
So it says they were in Sun City Center, Florida. A routine pickleball match between two couples at a retirement village spiraled into what officers are calling the most chaotic incident in senior recreation history.
They don't look like seniors, for fuck's
well,
sake.
they have to
First
be
of all,
50
let's address
A
this.
senior area is 55 and over, I guess. Which isn't. I'm being silly, but isn't that like all of Florida? That's where everybody retires.
I'm ready for it.
Okay, so according to investigators, the trouble began when the couple disputed a line call so aggressively that the man allegedly flipped the net over with his bare hands. His partner then reportedly chased the opposing couple across 3 courts while yielding a paddle overhead. The man allegedly commandeered a nearby golf cart and initiated a low-speed pursuit through the bocce ball area.
Wow. Their HOA is going to kick them the fuck out.
Yeah, weaving between
For
shuffleboard.
sure.
They were in the bocce ball area, weaving between shuffleboard players and knocking over a rack of pool noodles. But
Where's
I'm trying
the
to get with the alligators. Oh, the alligator showed little interest in the conflict and wandered into the Shuffleball Pavilion, where it remained for 2 hours before wildlife officials. So I guess, they were wreaking havoc and left the door open and the alligator got in. So that's not as funny as I thought it was going to be.
People get arrested for all kinds of fucked up shit. There was an Indiana man that was arrested for stealing like a Bud Light or a Bud Light, I think, like truck. And then there was a chase, and then he wrecked it, and then he refused to get out of it. And right, he stole it from like a liquor store. They were like, I guess, delivering it, and he has charges facing multiple charges, including even attempted murder. I guess he tried to run somebody over with the truck. I don't know.
Somebody that.
Speaking of crime, I have two things about crime. One, let's not forget about Tiger Woods.
Oh,
so
he's going for help now.
So he's going overseas because he doesn't for help because he doesn't trust that he'll get the right amount of privacy here.
Oh, that's true. I mean, I don't know if it was drugs and alcohol or just drugs. They found.
He's had multiple DUIs,
right? But they found OxyContin on him. I don't. He passed the breathalyzer when they after the accident,
but wouldn't
last
take.
week.
What was it? The blood test?
But he wouldn't. He wouldn't give them a urine sample.
So that would be drugs. I mean, because if you pass the breathalyzer, that's only for alcohol. Okay.
And he was caught with 2 OxyContin pills in his pocket.
Well, if he's in pain, he's allowed to have them.
Right, but I guess he was not making sense, the police said. I mean, it seems kind of odd. So, but wait, can we go back to the frozen man? You wanted to know about the frozen squirrel, from the Waffle House. It says, man walks into the Waffle House, grabs a frozen squirrel from his truck, and attacks a stranger over a booth. So the frozen squirrel was in his truck, and he was pissed at somebody.
Feed a snake or something with it? Like, why do you have a frozen squirrel? Why does he have a frozen squirrel?
Well, first of all, he's an amateur taxidermist, is what his shirt says. So now we know why he had a frozen squirrel in his truck. And then he was pissed off. This was in Daytona Beach, Florida. He was pissed that somebody took his booth, and he just took it and whacked him with it.
Were they injured from the frozen squirrel?
I don't know. It says, he then reportedly told the waitress, that guy started it. The squirrel finished it.
I mean, Christ.
Officers noted the man was wearing a shirt that read amateur taxidermist and had 2 additional frozen squirrels in his vehicle, which he described as backup.
Look, Joe and I were in West Virginia a few summers ago.
Wait, the other patron was treated for minor bruising and what he described as emotional
trauma.
No, he called it emotional confusion.
Well, there's that. Probably a little bit traumatized. I mean, every time he sees a squirrel in his backyard now, he's going to lose his mind a little bit. I mean, how could you not? When Joe and I were at a bar or brewery or something in West Virginia several years ago on our way to Kentucky, the bar had like taxidermied raccoons and squirrels like playing banjos and shit, and I was like, we need one of these for the parlor. Like I need a taxidermied, not a raccoon because it would scare me, but like we need a taxidermied a squirrel smaller also. We need one playing a banjo for in like a little mini banjo. They had it like
just get little chipmunks.
I want the taxidermied squirrel playing the banjo.
First of all, that shit's expensive.
In the
that
parlor.
Shit's expensive. Like a taxidermist
makes
a good living.
But like
makes a good living. You go have something stuffed, an animal, a fish, head.
I mean, our friend that hunts and fishes and like volunteers for the Fish and Game Commission, he has fish and a pheasant in his basement stuff. Because here I am, I'm all drunk the first time we're there, whatever, and I'm like, that's a pheasant. I know my fowl.
Oh my God.
It's just like, yeah. Oh my God. I was like, you pheasant hunt? Like, I know my fowl.
Do you remember our uncle had a deer head? You know, with the rack, it was a buck, but we weren't allowed to touch it. I used to touch its eyes.
Oh.
They were glass. They didn't
Right.
keep the real eyes in, obviously. But you weren't allowed to touch it. I always wanted to pet it when I was little. And we're talking like 4 years old. But you can't because the fur will come off and it will be gross.
So, same uncle. Cindy can attest to this. At their camp, they had deer heads. Mm-hmm. Their camp.
Mounted deer heads.
Like a hovel in the woods.
There was no running water.
Right? I know. Joe was like, we took Joe. He's like, I don't ever have to go there again. I went into the outhouse. I'm like, I came right back out. I'm like, I'm going to pee out around the corner here. Just don't look. Like, the first time I was there.
But it was a hunting camp. They wanted it rough. They didn't want
It's rough. Well, the
they
deer
didn't want
heads
it to
had
be
been, the
luxurious.
fur had been gnawed off by mice.
By the mice.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't. I can't. Anyway, so did you hear? So DNA test, they solved another unsolved murder. Ted Bundy, a teen from 1974 in Utah.
I heard that.
I'm sure there are many more. I mean, he always flaunted that there were more, but of course wouldn't be a dick and wouldn't tell anybody. If he could even, I'm sure he
died,
they
right?
They put him down.
Yeah, right. They put him down. Like a horse that broke its leg. They put him down.
Well, he needed to be put down. Yeah.
But do they think, are they still testing others? What made them decide to finally test for...
Well, I imagine, 1974. So
right,
what is
there are
that,
a lot of unsolved cases.
52? Is that the right?
Yeah.
52 years worth of unsolved cases, in
Do
one
they think it was
state.
just in California?
That was in Utah.
Oh, Utah.
It was a Utah teen. So...
Horrible.
They have to go back and open up,
right,
all of the unsolved cases and then run the DNA or check. I don't know how they do it. Again, science. Look, I don't know. It's fascinating though.
Right.
But I said to Joe, I read that yesterday. I was like, I'll be damned. And I said, I hope that she still has family. If they're still alive, that they now know and
have
can
closure.
have closure and know. Now it wasn't like weird Uncle Charlie. It was.
Oh my God! Why would your uncle
Ted
be
Bundy.
doing that? Oh my God!
Because there are scary, fucked up people in the world.
Why is everybody take it to the uncle though? You've got.
I don't know.
It's always the funkle. It's always the fun uncle. It's always the bad uncle. It's always the creepy uncle. Why is it always the uncle? What happened to aunts?
Because women don't usually kill people as often, I think, as men do.
Oh, hey.
Look, right? Give me enough rage. Give me enough fucking rage. Right?
There's some people I would have loved
as I told
throttle.
our cop friend, while I was drinking, I can never own a gun because I drink too much and I don't like the neighbors.
Yeah, we can't really put that out there. Someone's going to get in trouble.
Look.
Wait, I have some good news, though. Speaking of rage, airplane flights, flying. Hate it anymore.
It makes me not want to fly.
Hate it anymore. No, this is a fun one. It's not scary. But I just hate flying in general. People are all up in your space. You got the long lines for the TSA. Sometimes you have to be patted down. And
not to mention the cost is skyrocketing.
Skyrocketing, yeah. But it's just not glamour. It's not glamorous anymore. People fucking smell. They bring on their hoagies with the BO smell. What are you doing?
I was talking to my friend who was flying back over the weekend from Florida. And she had switched her flight. She was supposed to be gone like this weekend, Easter weekend. Then she changed it to last weekend, but then somehow fucked up and her return flight was still on Easter.
Oh.
So Saturday night when she's like not getting like her information on the phone, other people were getting their info for checking in. Why am I getting mine? And she looked up, she's like, oh fuck, I didn't change it. So she quick got it changed, right? So she and her friend got the last, there were 3 seats left on the plane for the next day, right? That was it. And they got on, they were in the back row, which had no window, and she didn't like it.
Ooh.
And she said the guy in front of them kept farting, and that would waft back, and she's like, oh! So she pulled her shirt over her face, it would waft down to my other friend.
And there's no air circulating
back there. Oh
back
my
there.
God. And then what did she tell me? The woman...
Oh my God.
The woman across from them on the aisle was picking her nose.
I mean, again, I go back to flying is not glamorous
but
anymore.
She was like, but at least we had the whole row because no one got the 3rd seat, so they had the whole row themselves.
Jesus Christ! Right? You get other people stink on you; it won't leave.
Right.
When we sat in first class the one time, this drunk ass woman got in behind us. We were coming back from Florida.
See, I get drunk on the plane, but I just go to sleep.
No, she shows up drunk, and we're in first class. Only reason we're in first class is because it was a cheap flight, and we used John's credits, You
don't have to apologize for flying first class.
At any rate, so...
If I could afford it, I would do it every time.
So, in first class, woman gets on all drunk with a cowboy hat on, and this is like 10 o'clock in the morning, and her denim skirt, she sat down behind us, and she kind of crawled over the person who was sitting, because she had the window seat. John turns around just to see, why our seat is moving, and he turns back around, and he goes, oh my God, that woman does not have underwear on.
Ah, Christ. You shouldn't be showing off your bits on the plane.
He goes, oh my God, she doesn't have underwear on. I'm like, she just needs to sit the fuck down and go to sleep.
Right? I take a half a fucking Xanax 20 minutes before I get on the plane. I usually have a Bloody Mary. I get on and I'm like, I get situated, and I look at Joe and I'm like, wake me up when they come with snacks. And I lean over, and I just put my head against the window. I have to have the window seat on this side, so I put my head against the window and have a little snooze. And I wake up, I get myself either a water, usually have water on me already, or a Diet Coke. Have a little packet of whatever they have, like a little cracker, a little cookie, a little biscuit, whatever. Have a little snack, finish it, give it to him, and then I go back to sleep again until we land. And then when I get off the plane, I have to go and change my clothes, like immediately.
John has to shower right away, and I don't really. I have to like wash my face and brush my teeth.
On the way home, I always have to shower because on the way home, I'm sweating out a week's worth of fucking alcohol.
Well, that's your own
and
fault.
Bad food choices. So
bad food choices.
I have to.
Do you smell on the plane?
Remember the picture I sent you from Germany?
Which one?
Last year?
Which one?
Joe and I don't know what it was. It was the time difference thing fucked me up somehow with the military time. So when I booked the return, because when we book a flight that has any kind of a layover, it has to be an hour to an hour and a half.
Right. So you're not.
So I'm not running. Right. So we left wherever we were. I think it ended up in where were we? Christ.
Germany?
We were in Germany, but I forget what city, and it went to Frankfurt, and we were literally like we landed in the tarmac somewhere, and they were busing us. Excuse me, pardon me. It's carbonated water. Busing us, and I'm looking at the thing is like a train or something. Somehow they're getting us from point A to the fucking terminal, and there's like a thing going with the time on it. I'm like, and I realize the time. We're going to miss our fucking flight. We are going to miss our fucking flight. So we get there, right? I got my Mary Jane's on, and my foot's like sliding out of it.
I wear my sneakers so I can haul
Right,
ass.
I need sneakers from now on. I was like, important lesson to learn, sneakers. So I've learned no flip-flops, even if they're orthopedic, no flip-flops, and now no Mary Jane's, because when I'm hauling ass, like, I need sneakers. So, and this is, like, we were running as much as I could possibly run, right? And Joe would get ahead of me because I'm like, Goose, go, and he would get ahead of me, and then I couldn't see him, and I would start to freak out because we had that little separation anxiety from the
where
incident.
You got lost. Yeah,
we got lost from each other for a couple hours. Anyway, so and then I would freak out and try to hustle, and I'm sweating. So we get on the plane, right? We get on the plane, and we're the last two to board. They're like holding it for us, and I'm like, just fucking drenched. I mean, the sweat is just pouring out of me. It's so gross. It's so gross. And the flight attendant was standing like right by our two empty seats. And he's like, would you and your husband like a little water? I'm like, that would be great, thanks.
Yeah, fuck.
So he hands me this this little cup, right? Gives me one. I hand one to Joe, and I fucking slam it like it's a shot. Like done. Oh. And I'm just like holding the empty cup, and he's like, would you like another? Yes, please.
Just give me a bottle and sit the fuck down.
And I took a selfie and sent it to you. I mean, my face was like this. I mean, it was like right, and I'm just sweating. And Joe looked at me. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna need a shower. We get home." You don't say. Totally sweated through my bra and underwear, and he's like, "You're gonna have to sit in that." I'm like, yes, I know. Then for the next 9 hours, I get to sit here in my own fat fucking sweat and stink, for Christ's sake.
Well, if the bathrooms were a little bigger, you could change your underwear, but I can't, like, maneuver
I can barely go to the bathroom.
I know.
Let alone change my clothes, right? Fuck. I did see, though, I think it's either American Airlines or U.S. Air, that they're, is there still U.S. Air? Didn't they get rid of one? United? Yeah. I mean, I think it's American Airlines. Anyway, that now you soon, or maybe it's available already, you can take a row and turn it into like a little couch.
Oh, I saw that.
What does that cost? I wonder.
I was going to say that's
also, you have to have the whole row.
That's like first
class. You're not laying down with like some stranger in the middle.
No, that's like first class.
Is it though? I think
I don't know, but I'm saying like the cost is going to be like astronomical.
I mean, could you do it with all of them? How do you put your seatbelt on?
Well, you don't lay down the whole time. At any rate.
What if I want to lay down the whole time?
Well, you can't.
Then I thought, then you're squeezed in there. I mean, they show the picture. The picture I saw was with a small looking mother.
There's not a lot of room.
And her toddler child.
Yeah, so there's not going to be a lot of room.
What about the third person?
Not going to be luxurious.
Like if there's a 3-person row, like where's the third person laying down?
It's not going to be luxurious.
And you'll all have to lay down because you can't make it into a couch and then or bed type thing and then one sitting.
Clearly, that's only for families traveling together. But here's the rule of thumb.
Otherwise, you're getting snuggly with some fucking stranger, and you better hope they didn't just sweat through their clothes.
I always travel with my sneakers on for running, and in case the plane goes down, I heard you can use the sneakers as floating devices. Okay? And
know.
I tried
But I'm buoyant, so I float by myself.
And I try to wear a sports bra because of the sweating, because I don't want my good bra all sweated through.
Yeah, and when you sweat alcohol through a bra, it's a bad kind of sting.
Well, I don't really have that problem,
It's a
but
bad sting.
I just don't. And then you get the boob. The only thing about the sports bra is
the
when you're
boob
sweating,
sweat.
you get the boob sweat, and it's not like leaving.
Well, you're gonna get the boob sweat when you have a bra, the regular bra. Anyway.
I know, but I'd rather be sweating in a sports bra than like a real bra. Yeah, it just so. But back to why I brought up flying.
Yeah.
Do you ever wonder what happens to all of the luggage and items left on the plane? Like people, first of all, this is a true story I'm about to tell you. Who the fuck loses luggage? I'm talking luggage, checked luggage, and never bothers to like claim it or call and inquire about it.
Well, one, in case you die in a plane. Two, maybe it's just lost. Maybe they can't claim it because it's lost.
Well, but usually it has your name or something on it. There's got to be
People
some
are idiots.
identifying.
People are idiots. They fly.
Okay, so
who knows?
people flying leave things on the plane, in that back pocket or in your seat, and then checked luggage. Okay, we're talking checked luggage with shit in it. So there is a building in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains.
Where no one's gonna go to get their shit.
Right. The store is called Unclaimed Baggage, and it is in Scottsboro.
They have that same thing, but for mail.
Right. No, wait.
Okay.
So, Unclaimed Baggage, it is a store. It is 3 hours northwest of Atlanta. It is a treasure chest for most of the travel industry's lost luggage. It receives millions of checked bags lost by airlines and items left on
lost.
planes.
Mostly probably lost by airlines.
And it
says,
says,
let's think about
these
this
are
for
things,
real.
they're very clear to say, these are things that cannot be reunited with their owners.
For whatever reason.
Right. So here, and you can fucking shop there.
Yeah.
This store in Scottsboro called Unclaimed Baggage. It's 3 hours northwest of Atlanta. So they have found jewelry, wedding dresses, cell phones, one-of-a-kind keepsakes, a Jim Henson Muppet. Jim Henson did the Muppets, the Muppet Show.
Shouldn't they return that to the Jim Henson people?
Well, I don't know. It wasn't his. I mean, it was somebody else's, I guess. But I want to go shopping, and it's like this big ass warehouse, and you could and it showed racks.
I'm
of
curious
things.
though. Like, I mean, if you leave, that's like what, like at Penn State, they have a big thing, like a big sale for all the kids who leave all their shit in the dorms, and it's
You
like
can do that. I should just left my shit.
I'm pretty sure there's a sale. Like, people leave like UGG boots and like bikes and like expensive clothing, and they just fucking leave it behind. Like,
Do
how?
they forget or purposefully leave it because they're like, I don't
Well,
have
I don't
room for
know.
this. But this is stuff that cannot be reunited with the owner. So I guess they do their due diligence, the airlines, and try and find the person this belongs to. I have my name written inside of my suitcase in case the tag comes off on the outside.
Smart.
But
I
you
could
don't
Sharpie
you
it
don't
on,
want
too.
anything. You don't want any of my stuff. But did you see the woman escaping the cop car?
Yeah.
With
Speaking
her
of
hands,
things,
with her hands
On
tied
to the
behind
next
her, with her hands tied behind her
I was
back.
pretty impressed because look, that took some gymnastics. That
You got to Google this. The window
did
was
they capture
child
that?
safe. The window was child safety, so
Right.
it didn't even go the whole way down.
she was tiny. Did they catch her then?
I don't know, but that's got to hurt her.
She
rib
took
cage
off running
coming
with her
out.
arms behind her back. It was really a hell of a
I
thing.
don't think you can run too fast with your arms behind your back.
Why don't you try it? Get up and run. Let me see it.
The cop, it did show a cop in the video going after her, but you couldn't see her. Like, I don't know what the cop was doing. The other cop, like, not paying
So I guess
attention.
you get another charge then for that. I guess like when you
Evading
evaded
arrest.
arrest. But kudos to her. I mean, she got out of that fucking car. It was an SUV too.
Yeah.
It was like up high out of
And
a
the
window.
child safety windows, which
was a
only
hell of a
come
thing.
down. They only come down. That's gotta hurt
Right.
though.
Good thing she was tiny. I mean, I would have broken the window out and then really hurt myself.
She looked wild. Like she
Well,
had
she
a
did
wild look in her eye.
She probably shown someone's hood. I mean, she really was. She was.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But it was not the Delco shitter.
No.
Can you imagine?
I can't imagine most things.
You mean you think she shat once she got out, or that's
no,
why
just
she was arrested?
wild. Maybe she was a shitter.
oh,
I'm just
oh.
saying maybe she was like she looked like somebody who would shit on the hood of a car. I mean, like
I need to see what a person like that looks like.
the Delco shitter, the Delco pooper. That's what you look like, I guess.
Oh my
Although
gosh.
she looked normal except for her crazy eyes, and there was the crazy eyes.
Wait, so
Beware the crazy eyes.
and there's another interesting thing. Did you see where
I got what in the actual fuck news? Here it is. A lot
with
of what in
a
the actual
truck
fuck.
with a truck. Why can't this happen to me? There was a truck, a Nestle's truck, like a big 18-wheeler, loaded with over 400,000 Kit Kat bars.
I meant to bring this up. Yes, in Italy,
going from Italy to Poland.
The comments were great. Like, so whoever stole the Kit Kats was also the same people who went in and broke into the museum. You saw the museum, and four men in 3 minutes stole Renoir, Cezanne, and Matisse.
They were quick.
Like $10 million worth of paintings from the three of them.
Fuck.
And then it's all the comments, because I didn't know about the Kit Kat thing, so I was reading about the art heist, and then it was like, oh my god, there's a Kit Kat heist.
I mean, that's brazen to take those paintings. And then what do you do with them? Like, you can't really sell them. I mean, I'm sure there's a black market.
Huge underground, like black,
but like, don't you think that there are police patrolling that? I mean,
sure, but I'm sure
they're being fake art dealers or whatever. I just can't even.
For sure. Speaking of candy, Kit Kat. No, I have that fucking Kit Kat song. I don't like a Kit Kat. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Anyway, right? It's in my head all day. All day. So, speaking of candy and chocolate, so there was a chocolate recall right before Easter, but don't worry, this isn't for your kids. So, it was a California-based chocolate company who had put ED, erectile dysfunction drugs, in their chocolate.
Nice.
And didn't disclose it.
Nice.
But the names of the chocolate were, hang on, Gold Lion Aphrodisiac Chocolate and Ilium, oh, that said sex chow. It's just, I say sex chow. Like, oh my god. Ilium sex chocolate.
Oh.
That was my chocolate abbreviation, but it looks like chow.
Yeah, my handwriting is
Ilium
not neat
sex
either.
chow.
Making up food.
Something very
illicit. So it was a supplement that's
was
chocolate
in these sex
that they
chocolates.
named it, but people were thinking it was like a chocolate bar and eating it.
Well,
like not.
Gold Lion Aphrodisiac chocolate kind of says what it's probably going to do to you.
Well, there are some fucking stupid people out there.
But I think the problem with ED drugs is, I don't know. I'm just guessing here. They might be bad for your heart. I'm not sure. But either way, if it's a prescription drug that's in it, you have to disclose it.
Right.
So anyway.
Especially because you're probably not supposed to eat like the whole bar, and women shouldn't probably eat them.
Right? What does it do to a woman that eats it? I don't know. So there's a recall. So if you're buying that sex chocolate in California, you might want to check. In Trader Joe's, like all of their fucking rice.
It's a lot of their frozen foods. I don't understand.
I don't understand what's happening. What the fuck has happened in this country in the last year? A lot. I know, right? Let me keep talking because that's endless. What has happened though? Is it that RFK Jr. fucktard? Is it him? What is happening to our food industry? There's a fucking huge recall every fucking week.
Well,
is it because they fired so many people from their fucking federal jobs that now like our fucking food is laced with listeria and fucking whatever else that kills you?
I just think that quality.
Bacteria?
I just think that quality control for some things isn't.
But how in
good.
the last year? Like, so what happened? Did they fire too many people and now there's no quality control? I need to know.
Or sometimes there's glass. Like, how does glass end up in my rice? Like, I know how it ends up. Like, something breaks.
Metal,
but like
glass,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
whatever.
where are the safety people?
I mean, would you rather have metal or listeria? I mean, either way, it's probably going to kill you. So, like, which one?
Yeah,
Salmonella? The fuck?
I don't think I'd want to eat, like, glass or metal, because that'll cut your
You
insides.
have to die from the inside out.
Yeah, I mean...
But listeria's going to kill you, too.
I know, but you could,
Well, listeria, you have maybe, like, a fighting chance.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can get medicine or something for that.
Speaking of listeria, here I am fucking Googling... Diseases the other day. Leprosy, right? So, because I'm reading for book club, the book Molokai. And in the first 2 pages it chat my ass because they're talking about this little girl. So it's in the 1890s in Hawaii, like, and this little girl, I guess, is going to end up going to Molokai, which is a leprosy colony, by Father
in Hawaii.
Father. Stop.
Hawaii.
Anyway,
Hawaii.
I might hit her. Like, I fucking actually might just hit her.
Hawaii.
So Molokai being the leper colony, so like
that's a bad name.
In the first few pages, the little girl was coloring with crayons, and the teacher in me, I was like, I don't think that there were crayons in the 1890s. I'm pretty sure they did not come along till the 1900s.
Chalk.
So chalk, but it said a crayon in Sunday school. So I Googled it, and no, Crayola is the inventor of crayons in like 1903. Which I'm pretty sure I mean, obviously I knew that from teaching. So I was like, is there any kind of like a wax crayon? I mean, they called it a crayon. And everything I could find, the invention of crayons
Right.
being wax were not until
Was the book written by an American? Because sometimes Europe calls like a pen or a pencil a crayon. Le crayon.
well, I think it was written by somebody who I don't know. I have no idea.
Well,
Anyway.
obviously they got it wrong.
Well, that pissed me off, and then it makes me question whether any of it's true.
There's a name for that. I forget. I learned it in Mrs. Gentry's English class.
Oh my
when
God,
there is something that appears in a movie or a book, but mainly books because we were reading, that is not in the right time element. Like you're saying, the crayon was introduced in that book before it was made. There is an actual word for it, and I forget. And if anybody of you know, tell me. Email us.
Google it out. Anyway, nobody emails us. And if you did, sorry, I stopped checking it because nobody ever emailed us. I mean, 2 years of this, no one's emailed. I stopped checking it.
They DM.
Where's it going
So
with this?
crayon, you Google
So
it.
then I'm like, the other night we were with friends, and I'm like, we're talking about like the book for book club, whatever, and I'm like, like what happened to leprosy? Like, so apparently it still exists, but we have medication for it, right? So then I Google it the other day. Don't fucking Google it. Do not Google images. If you have not Googled images, do not Google images.
You don't want to.
And I was like, I mean, fuck. And then, of course, all I could think about was all the atrocities that the white man took to fucking Hawaii, just like they did to, the Native Americans. Falls off? Which just forms you and your limbs fall off and shit. Yeah, like it was awful. But
so like zombies?
But like, I mean, what happened to the United States when it got settled was exactly what happened to Hawaii also. Like, they took disease. They introduced disease and then killed off fucking people. And anyway, so Molokai is on the list of places Joe and I want to go if and when we ever go back to Hawaii.
Oh, it really exists?
The island of Molokai?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a leper colony.
It's still a leper colony?
God.
I know, but it's still a leper. That's what I meant.
It was in the 1800s and probably early 1900s. Okay. The book is taking place in early 1800s.
I got it, but like, so it's still not a leper colony. Like,
it is no longer a leper colony. It was a leper colony where they put the Hawaiians.
Got it. I know. I heard you.
Once it was brought to the islands, they put them there. Anyway, and I forget now the name of the priest.
You hear that? It's the air going between.
So
it's like
I've never heard that before.
When you blow on a blade of grass, that's what it sounds like.
And
so
all I could think
wind.
was, and hopefully Joe didn't think of it, was yesterday Sean wanted to go out and pick up the trash from the neighbors that blows into our flower bed, so I let him, and hopefully he didn't like knock into that yesterday while he was doing it.
Well, it's still attached.
Anyway,
that's what it is.
But so the priest, there's a priest who was sent there, whose name I cannot think of. I want to say Father Brown, and that wasn't it because that's what we're watching. Anyway, I forget his name. So he was sent there because he had leprosy. And then there was a nun that was also sent, whose name I also forget, and they were both sainted.
Oh.
And then I was like, I need a book about all the saints, like a quick reference guide. Like,
why don't you just use
St. Patrick, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't need like a whole book on each one. So I'm like, well, there must be a book about like all of them, like an encyclopedia. And Joe's like, Megan, like there are a lot. Like there are a lot.
There's a saint for everything. So
I look it up, right? So you can get a book with like 300 in them. Like this little picture book. I'll put in my Amazon cart for later. I'm looking at it like, okay. So I'm like, well, there's more than 300. He's like, Megan, like there are thousands, right? So it covers like the big ones. So then I'm like, there must be one with all of them, like a dictionary, like just like so-and-so and they did this, like the main thing that they were like sainted for. And a lot of times it's more than one thing. So like, I need like a brief paragraph. I don't need a whole book. There are over 10,000 saints. I'm like, fuck. Okay, well,
Joe is right.
Well, and so some, though, they don't actually have anything written about them because they existed like so long ago that like there was no written whatever.
Don't you have to perform a miracle to be a saint?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so I was like perusing books
over 10,000.
Yeah, but basically I'm gonna find one with like the main 300, and then the other ones I'll never know about. Like the top 300.
Like St. Patrick.
Yeah, and that
St. Valentine.
I don't know about Valentine, but St. Patrick I know about.
He got rid of the snakes.
The miracles that he had, the things that he did that were like amazing. We drove out the snakes from Ireland, supposedly, but pounding on a drum. But he floated on a
raft?
No, for the love of fucking Christ. Excuse me. On Easter week, this holiest of weeks. Excuse me. He floated on like a tombstone across the water. It was a miracle.
Yeah, because I was gonna say the tombstones are sinking.
Well, he was enslaved. I believe he was either British and was enslaved in Ireland, or was Irish and enslaved in Britain.
We're gonna have our friends.
England.
We're gonna have our friends.
It was one of the two.
DM us. Tell us.
I taught a little bit about this when I was teaching. Like, why do we have St. Patrick's Day? I'm like, oh, let's find out. And there was a really cute children's book written about it. I had a couple of really cute children's books written about it. So I did it without I tried to do it without like the religious aspect because it was public school. Like the Muslim kids' parents don't want me teaching about necessarily St. Patrick, but like the religious aspect of it. But that was one of the things that he did besides driving out the snakes.
I really appreciate him for that.
So he escaped somewhere and was floated on the water. There's a few other things, but that's what. Look, it's been a minute.
I appreciate St. Patrick for that. The no snakes.
And now we drink.
Well, no, not for that. I mean, I'm glad he got rid of the snakes. They should come here and get rid of the snakes. Fucking snakes.
So the point of that was that the nun and the priest.
Went
the
to
nun
a
and the
bar.
priest that were on Molokai became sainted. Well, in the one book I found is most recently like the saint from Drexel.
Oh yeah,
Saint Catherine of Drexel or something. Yeah.
St. Catherine of Drexel.
And then there's a priest from around here also that they were talking about sainting, and I forget why. But then there was some bad news about that person or something.
Well, you can't be sainted with bad news.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I remember seeing a sign about it, like over here at the high school that used to be big. And
the
now,
Catholic school, high school.
Yeah, the one, where everybody went.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it. Anyway.
I know.
And there was a sign out because he had been a teacher there.
Oh.
But then Joe said that, I forget. Let me just stop talking because now I don't fucking know. I don't remember with accuracy, so I'm just stop talking. Oh my God, we're at an hour 10. I swear to Christ, I looked a minute ago. We're like 45 minutes.
Right. Wait. Before we go, we're gonna end. We're gonna end. But I want to talk to you about this. These are fun little games. It's a fun little game. So there are logos that have hidden Easter eggs in them. So whoever the graphic designer and marketing person was to make these logos, pretty smart, because I'm not that smart. So I want you to see if you can find the in the logo of Toblerone, there's a picture. FedEx has something. Amazon has something. I did know the Amazon.
Well, like on the box that's being delivered?
Yeah, like Toblerone, on the box of Toblerone, there's a mountain on either end of the triangular box.
Okay, most of us are not having Toblerone for Easter, so let's get back to like Amazon or FedEx.
So Amazon, okay, I'll give you Amazon because everybody knows it, but what I'm talking about is the logo. Here's the Easter egg. So it says Amazon.
On the box.
There's an arrow that goes from A to Z. Get it? They sell everything from A to Z. Baskin Robbins.
Oh, you're not gonna let us find them. We have to look. You're gonna tell us.
No, I'm not telling you. I just said I'm using Amazon as the example of what I'm talking about. Baskin Robbins has one.
Well, there's something hidden in there. It's Easterish.
Yes.
Okay.
Not Easterish, but Easter egg, like a surprise.
So it has nothing to do with Easter.
No, but except for it was candy. But
Easter
egg means like it's giving you like a hint kind of thing. Get an Easter egg hunt? That's where that whole thing came from. But it is mainly food, and it's Easter, so that's why. So anyhow, look at Toblerone. Look at the FedEx logo. We just did Amazon. Baskin Robbins has one. Hershey Kisses has one. And Wendy's, the girl on Wendy's, the Pippi Longstocking chick, there are...
It's Wendy. Her name is Wendy.
I know, but it looks like Pippi
Wendy.
Longstocking.
Her brain's not sticking out of her head.
There are things in those logos that have to do with the company, the item that they're talking about.
I'm trying to think if I have anything coming I can look at. I'm sure Amazon. Speaking of Pippi Longstocking, I heard this little thing the other day. Something about how the cute little stories, blah, 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 but something that actually to do with World War II. Like there was a reason for like the books or a reason for her.
For
she
Pippi?
did something. Yeah, and I heard like a little piece of it, but I'm going to have to look that up for next week. We got to go.
Okay,
look,
bye. Say bye. Happy holidays.
Jesus Christ. Happy Easter. Happy Passover.
And whatever else
or
you
happy
celebrate.
spring if you don't do any of the above. And we'll thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Oh.